Hello guys and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So this is going to be a very interesting topic today. In detail, we're going to discuss about the apoptosis and the different types of the factors which is involved in causing the apoptosis or the progression of the apoptosis. Guys, please stay tuned because इस वीडियो के एंड में मैं आपको एक वीडियो दिखाने जा रही हूँ जिससे आपका कंप्लीट प्रोसेस लाइक apoptosis कैसा होता है, कैसा दिखता है अंडर माइक्रोस्कोप, वो सब आपका क्लियर हो जाएगा. So इसलिए ये वीडियो आप एंड तक देखिए and see that video. It will be very clear to you guys कैसे आपको प्रोटीन एक दूसरे को एक्टिवेट करते हैं, how ultimately it results in the formation of the apoptotic bodies and वो कैसे दिखाई देगा under the microscope. ठीक है. So I won't say that those are the live imaging cells, but they are being prepared like animated भी है और कुछ तो simulation studies हैं. So based on that, a very beautiful video has been made in order to explain the process of the progression of about the apoptosis. So चलो बिना किसी देरी के हम आज का लेक्चर करते हैं. So we are going to discuss about the signaling pathways that are going to regulate the process of apoptosis. So since we know that programmed cell death is regulated by the integrated activity of variety of signaling pathways, some acting to induce the cell death and some are promoting the cell survival. Now, the pathways that induce apoptosis in mammalian cells are grouped as intrinsic and the extrinsic pathways, which differ in their involvement of BCL2 family proteins. और कौन से कैस्पेजेस तो मैंने पहले भी मेंशन किया है. So if you're having caspase 9 activated, then it is intrinsic pathway. If it is caspase 8 getting activated, it is the extrinsic pathway. Now both of these finally will result in the activation of caspase 3. ठीक है. And it will result in the formation or the progression of the apoptosis. Okay, so the intrinsic pathway is activated by DNA damage and the other forms of the cell stress, whereas extrinsic pathway is activated by the signals from the other cells. ठीक है. कैसे होता है कभी-कभी because of the released toxins from the other cell, the nearby cells also gets affected. So in order to prevent the spread of certain toxin, the cells might undergo the process of the apoptosis. Now, one important role of apoptosis is the elimination of the damaged cells. And so that's why apoptosis is simulated by many forms of cell stress, जैसे कि DNA damage हो गया, viral infection हो गया, या कभी-कभी growth factor deprivation. So growth factor deprivation will also say that the nutrients are not available, the cell is not ready to divide, etc. Now, the stimulus which activate the intrinsic pathway of apoptosis is also leading to the release of cytochrome C from the mitochondria and finally the 9, caspase 9. So this is the mitochondrial pathway of apoptosis. You can see that the moment the cells get the signal, okay. So the pro-apoptotic effector proteins like BAX and BAG, which we have discussed in the previous lectures, will get activated, and that will result in the formation of the pores on the outer membrane of the mitochondria. So what will happen? So the cytochrome C, which was present in the intermembrane space, that is between the outer and inner membrane of the mitochondria, the cytochrome C will get released. Now, once cytochrome C is released, it goes and results in the recruitment or the formation of the APAF1. Now, जब cytochrome C और APAF1 combine हो जाते हैं, it is going to recruit the caspase 9. ठीक है. और ये कैसे रहेगा? It is going to bring the caspase 9 and get forms the total apoptosome. अब ये apoptosome जो है, it is going to activate your procaspase 3, यानी कि procaspase 3 आपका inactive form हो गया है. It is going to make it active by removing the initial peptide sequences so that it becomes the activated caspase 3. Now this active caspase 3 is finally going to result in the progression of the apoptosis. So आपको याद होगा from the previous lectures, caspase 3 जो है either it will result in the cytoskeleton fragmentation, जैसे कि वो actin filaments को तोड़ना शुरू करेंगे. ठीक है. Nuclear lamins they will break, resulting in the fragmentation of the DNA or the nucleus and resulting in the formation of the small apoptotic bodies. ठीक है. Okay, so let's read more. So the DNA damage is particularly dangerous form of cell stress because cells genomes may have suffered mutations and that can lead to the development of cancer. तो इससे पहले कि आगे जाके बुरा हो, cells क्या करेंगे? अपने आप को पहले ही कंट्रोल कर लेंगे by undergoing cell suicide. ठीक है. So this is DNA damage is the primary signal for the or the principal trigger for the programmed cell death. and it will lead in the elimination of the cells carrying potentially harmful mutations. Now, how does the cell understand that it is having the harmful mutations? Guys, this is assignment for you guys. Okay, this is the important point. So, आपका assignment ये है, how does cell understands that it has got harmful mutations. ठीक है, अब ये क्वेश्चन आपके लिए है, आपको इसका आंसर पता करना है. सो गाइस, यू नीड टू गिव मी द आंसर थ्रू योर कमेंट्स. इफ यू थिंक कमेंट्स में पॉसिबल नहीं हो रहा है, तो यू कैन मेल मी इन दी टेलीग्राम ऑल्सो और इन दी जीमेल आईडी. ठीक है, सो एवरीथिंग इज शेयर्ड एट द एंड ऑफ दिस लेक्चर. So, several cell cycle checkpoints halt cell cycle progression in response to damaged DNA, and it will give the time to be, it gives time for the damage to be repaired. Now, a major pathway leading to cell cycle arrest in response to DNA damage is the transcription factor P53. P53 plays very important role. चाहे वो cell apoptosis के बारे में बात करें या cell survival के बारे में बात करें, it is playing a very important role. Now, the ATM and the CHK2 protein kinases, which are activated by DNA damage, phosphorylates and stabilizes the P53. So, guys, to understand this statement, आपको cell cycle portion अच्छे से मालूम होना चाहिए. ठीक है, so where we are talking about the cell cyclins and the CDKs, which are going to activate these proteins and finally stabilizing your P53. तो जैसे ही P53 का level बढ़ता है, it is going to activate or it is going to carry out the signaling cascade. ठीक है, अब कैसे होता है, let's see that. So the resulting increase in P53, it leads to transcriptional activation of P53 target genes, जैसे कि CDK inhibitor P21, which is going to inhibit the CDK2 cyclin E complex. So this will result in the halting of the cell cycle progression in the G1. तो अब क्या होगा, cell cycle आपका G1 से S phase में नहीं जाएगा. Okay. Now, so the other activation of the genes because of the P53 are also including certain pro-apoptotic regulatory proteins like PUMA and the NOXA. Okay. So see, we have got the ATM, then we have got the CHK2. Finally, it is activating your P53. जैसे P53 activate हो जाएगा, it is going to result in the transcription of those target genes like P21. Now P21 क्या करता है? It is going to inhibit the CDK2 and cyclin E. Now, once this has been inhibited, the cell cycle gets arrested in the G1 phase and it is not able to proceed to the S phase of the cell cycle. ठीक है? तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपको ये याद रखना होगा. ठीक है, एंड P53 also helps in the transcriptional activation of the pro-apoptotic regulatory proteins like PUMA and NOXA. आपको ये थोड़ा सा याद रखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, like how the activation of P53 is actually helping in the process of the progression of the apoptosis. So finally, we know that once the increased expression of pro-apoptotic proteins are there, leads to the activation of Bax and Back. So हमें मालूम है जब Bax and Back release होगा, cytochrome C release होगा, apoptosome बनेगा, caspase 9 activate होगा, finally caspase 3 activate होगा, ठीक है, and apoptosis होगा. So we know that now P53 mediates both cell cycle arrest as well as apoptosis in response to the DNA damage. Now, how exactly P53 induction is actually causing both life and death signals? ये कैसे होता है, ये भी हम इस lecture में समझेंगे. So, growth factor deprivation is another form of cell stress that activates the intrinsic pathway of apoptosis. So, in this case, apoptosis is controlled by signaling pathways that promote cell survival by inhibiting apoptosis in response to the growth factor stimulation. Okay. Now, for example, 50% of neurons die by apoptosis, with the survivors having received sufficient amounts of survival signals from their target cell. So, what does it mean? It says that we don't need extra neuronal cells. हमें sufficient growth factor मिल गया है, which is enough to carry out the process. So, we don't need further synthesis or the further proliferation of the neuronal cells. इसलिए rest of the cells are actually stopped by making them or inducing them to undergo the apoptosis process. क्योंकि फिर क्या है, आगे का process जो भी होगा वो costly रहता है. ठीक है, so by simply wasting money on that. So what is the money over here? we are talking in response to the in the terms of the ATP. ठीक है. So these survival signals are nothing but the polypeptide growth factors like NGF, which induces both neuronal survival and differentiation by activating receptor tyrosine kinase. Now, the other intracellular signaling pathways is also there, which is responsible for promoting cell survival, is also initiated by the enzyme PI3K kinase. So this also we have talked about in the previous lectures in the cell signaling lecture series. So PI3 kinase क्या करता है, PIP2 को PIP3 बनाता है, एंड फाइनली AKT आपका एक्टिवेट होता है. फिर AKT phosphorylates the target proteins like BAD. Now ये आपका pathway हो गया है. So we know that once the polypeptide in the form of the dimer goes and binds to the receptor tyrosine kinase, it is going to activate your PI3 kinase. S-issue domain से वो bind करेगा. Now PI3 kinase जब activate होता है, PIP2 से PIP3 करेगा, and it is going to activate AKT, mTOR-C2. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा आपका finally, this is getting activated AKT, ठीक है. And then we know that it has got the different functions on different proteins, like inhibitory on the BAD and GSK3 and FOXO, whereas stimulating effect on the P53, NF-kappa B, etc. Okay. So then it is going to give the signal whether the if suppose the BAD signal is getting activated, so it is going to undergo the or it is going to activate the pro-apoptotic regulatory proteins and finally causing the apoptosis of the cell. Okay. So phosphorylation of BAD by AKT creates binding site for 14-3-3 chaperone proteins that sequester BAD in the inactive form. So phosphorylation of BAD by AKT inhibits apoptosis and promotes the cell survival. So BAD is similarly phosphorylated by protein kinase of other growth factors like RAS, RAF, MERK, ERK pathway. So it serves as a convergent regulator of growth factor signaling in mediating cell survival. Guys, I'm sure मुझे ऐसा लगता है आप कंफ्यूज होते जा रहे होंगे कि ये सिग्नल यहाँ पे ये दे रहा है, वो सिग्नल वहां पे ये दे रहा है. इससे सबसे अच्छा तरीका ये रहेगा, जस्ट टेक दैट पाथवे, आप उसका फिगर बना लो और उसको फ्लो चार्ट की तरह लिख लो. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी इजी देन. ठीक है. And the other targets of AKT are FOXO transcription factors. This also plays important role in the cell survival. Okay, so in the phosphorylation of the FOXO by AKT, it creates another binding site for 14-3-3 proteins. So ये भी इसको inactive form में रखेगा, but जैसे growth factor नहीं है, what will happen? The FOX is released from the 14-3-3 and it gets translocated to the nucleus, finally activating the pro-apoptotic genes like BIM. ठीक है? So this is how the regulation of FOXO is happening. So in the absence of growth factor, FOXO can directly go into the nucleus and transcription of FOXO-induced genes can happen. But whereas when the growth factor is there, what will happen? AKT get activated and it is going to phosphorylate FOXO, which results in the formation of the binding sites for the 14-3-3. जब 14-3-3 FOXO को bind कर लेगा तो क्या होगा? FOXO cannot go into the nucleus. Hence, there will be no expression of the genes. Similarly, let's talk about the GSK3 now. So AKT and its downstream target GSK3 also regulate other transcription factors with roles in the cell survival, including P53 and NF-kappa B. Okay, which controls the expression of additional BCL2 family members. So guys, if you see that how exactly one pathway is involved in regulating the other pathways and ultimately deciding that the cell should the cell should survive or it should undergo apoptosis. इसलिए थोड़ा सा confusing हो रहा है. So what you can do is just make a flow chart जहाँ पे आप ये मेंशन करो कि इस कंडीशन में सेल सर्वाइव करेगा, दूसरे कंडीशन में सेल एपोप्टोसिस में जाएगा. ठीक है. So anti-apoptotic BCL2 family members is targeted for ubiquitination and degradation by GSK3, and its level is also modulated via translation regulation by both GSK3 and the mTOR pathway. So ये सब clear हो जाएगा once you see the figure. Now, in contrast with the cell stress and growth factor signaling pathways that regulate the intrinsic pathway, some polypeptides, some secreted polypeptides activate the receptor that induce the cell death, and that time we say it is the extrinsic pathway. So extrinsic pathway में आपका caspase 8 activate होगा. ठीक है. Now, see, you can see जैसे कि tumor necrosis factor is there present outside, and tumor necrosis factor obviously when the cells are being infected with the viral infection होगा या tumor formation होगा तब भी आपका TNF release होगा. ठीक है. So जब TNF release होगा, it will go and bind to its receptor. What is happening? The adaptive proteins will be there recruited, and it is going to activate your caspase 8, which eventually going to activate your BIT proteins, which is pro-apoptotic regulatory proteins. And then again backs and back, finally apoptosome, and then आपका finally apoptosis is going to happen. ठीक है. So the best example is the FAS and the the DET receptors, binding of the FAS and binding of the FAS ligand to the FAS receptors in controlling the cell death in the immune system. So ये जब हम immunology में पढ़ेंगे, we'll study in detail how exactly this pathway is being taken. Now the TNF and the other family members, they are actually binding and they result in the receptor trimerization. Okay, so they will recruit the adaptor molecules, which in turn bind to the caspase 8. So binding of these adaptive proteins to caspase 8 will result in the activation, and it is going to cleave and activate the downstream effector caspases. So जैसे ही caspase 8 आपका activate होगा, caspase 3, 7, they all will get activated, and finally the apoptosis will take place. Okay. So guys, this is the video which I'm talking about. तो अब तक हम जो भी पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, क्या pathway, कौन सा alternative pathway सब होता जा रहा है in the apoptosis, the summary is given in this video. So this video has been taken from vehi.edu.au. अगर आपको इसमें clear नहीं हो रहा है, so you can go to their site and watch again. So जैसे जैसे वीडियो आपका प्रोसीड करेगा, likewise I will be explaining what exactly is happening. So let's watch the video. So these are your like normal cells, and this we have got here the your diseased cell. So at the 5000x magnification, we are watching this. So we have got the healthy cells here and the disease cell यहाँ पे. अब इसको healthy cell से हमें हटाना है. So it means what the cell needs to undergo the apoptosis. So to recognize that, killer T cells will come. Just see the how beautifully it is actually making use of all the cytoskeletal proteins and moving towards the disease cell. Now it is going to interact with the disease cell. So at this high magnification, we can see that this is the surface of the disease cells, and you got the receptors over here. Okay? And then this is your killer T cell. So now you will see how they are actually interacting. So this has been made using the stimulation studies. So you got the death ligand, which is binding to the death receptors. So once this binding happens, so what will happen downstream of the diseased cell? You will see that it is going to recruit the adapter proteins, जो हम अभी बात करते आ रहे थे. So all these adaptive proteins will come and it will bind to the cytoplasmic tail of the receptors. Now, once the adaptive proteins are there, it is going to recruit your pro-caspase 8, making it activated, forming a caspase 8. So now this is your activated caspase 8. So इसका मतलब क्या? We are talking about the extrinsic pathway. Now, caspase 8 is going to activate the caspase 3. So whenever it is interacting, it is going to activate. So caspase 3 activation मतलब क्या? Pro-caspase 3 रहता है. Starting के थोड़े से peptides they remove, and then it becomes activated caspase 3. Caspase 3 cleaves the other proteins, जैसे कि for example your actin filaments हो गए, they start cleaving those proteins also, cleaving your nuclear lamins also, helping in the nuclear fragmentation. So eventually inside the mitochondria, what will happen now? So the signal cascade is growing, and it is also activating your proteins like BAX and BAC. So what will happen? They will form the pores into the mitochondria. So once BAX and BAC forms the pore, it will result in the release of the cytochrome C from the intermembrane space of the mitochondria. So you can see the cytochrome C is getting released, and they go and interact with the APAF1. Now they will flower-like structure. They will form along with the cytochrome C. APAF1 flower-like structure बन जाएंगे. and it starts recruiting your caspase 9. So finally क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे, एपेप्टोसोम फॉर्म हो रहा है आपका. Now once this apoptosome is formed, what is the next thing? It is going to activate your caspase 3. And this is how it happens in the case of your intrinsic pathway. आपका apoptosome बना, now caspase 3 is activated, finally it is going to cleave the actin cytoskeletons. So जब आपका cytoskeleton base ही हट जाता है, so your membrane starts shrinking and they start forming the apoptotic bodies, या like membrane blebbing बोल सकते हैं. So now the signal is being transferred, or it is being spread to the entire cell. So it will start shrinking and forming the small apoptotic bodies. Yeah, so this is how, see, आपके छोटे छोटे bodies they बनने लग जाते हैं, and this is how we see under the microscope also. Finally, these will be recognized by the phagocytosis, phagocyto cell like macrophages, and that will be taken, engulfed by them, and removed from the system. So that's all, guys. It was all about the apoptosis, and we have got the another lecture which is left, and with that I can actually conclude that this chapter has been completed from the Cooper. So guys, if you like the video, please let me know through your comments. Till then, take care, guys.